against the Knicks. The Knicks need this win like I need my diabetic shot every week. That's how bad they need this win in the worst way, to prove to themselves that they belong and also prove to the Knicks fan base. Because let's be honest, over the last 6 or 7 weeks, they haven't had a real statement win to let the world know that they're, quote unquote, a real legitimate threat in the Eastern Conference. And so as you're going into the postseason and you're looking at a team that's favored, you're going against a team that's favored to win the East in the Boston Celtics, you want to come out at home tonight and make a statement. And you want to have a feel-good moment, especially on the defensive end. You want to build some type of continuity, some type of togetherness to let the world know and to let your own self know that you're on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, look, to Perk's point, the win the Knicks had over the Hawks the other day was their first good win in a while. So obviously it'd be good for them to build some momentum. The other part of this that is going to be interesting, though, over the next couple of days is where the Knicks and the Cavs are going to end up in the standings, because they're neck and neck right now for the 3rd and 4th seeds in the conference. And by the way, being the 4 seed means you don't have to play the Boston Celtics. Right now, I think everybody's presumed favorite to get out of the East until an Eastern Conference Finals matchup. So the Knicks have 3 games in a row, tonight against Boston, tomorrow against Toronto, and then Sunday against Charlotte, that are all at home and are all against teams that are competing for something. The Cavs, meanwhile, play the Hawks again tomorrow in Atlanta, and then they play Sunday against the Wizards, who are certainly not likely to be trying to win that game, so that should be a win for the Cavs. So it'll be interesting to see, especially if the Knicks lose tonight, do they try to maneuver themselves a bit in the standings, try to get that 4 seed and avoid having to face Boston until the conference finals in a few weeks.
It's a risky game no matter how you slice it. All right, Tim, thanks so much. And you mentioned that the Celtics have won 11 of 13 and now installed as plus 160 favorites to win the East, according to DraftKings Sportsbook. They are followed in short order by the Cavs, Knicks, and Pistons. So let's get to some of the action last night in the East. And we're starting with Hawks, Cavs. Donovan Mitchell hosting
the New York Knicks have a problem. And it is not a small problem. It is not a maybe we will figure it out in the playoffs problem. It is a they have not had a real statement win in 6 or 7 weeks problem. And Kendrick Perkins just said what every Knicks fan has been afraid to admit. He said the Knicks need this win like I need my diabetic shot every week. That is how bad they need this win in the worst way. To prove to themselves that they belong. And also prove to the Knicks fan base. Because let us be honest. Over the last 6 or 7 weeks, they have not had a real statement win to let the world know that they are a real legitimate threat in the Eastern Conference. So as you are going into the postseason, and you are looking at a team that is favored to win the East, the Boston Celtics, you want to come out at home tonight and make a statement. You want to have a feel-good moment, especially on the defensive end. You want to build some type of continuity, some type of togetherness, to let the world know, and to let your own self know, that you are on the same page. Let me set the scene for you. The Celtics are the betting favorites to win the East. Plus 160 on DraftKings. They have won 11 of their last 13 games. They have Jason Tatum, who is playing at an MVP level since returning from his Achilles injury. But they are missing Jaylen Brown tonight. Achilles tendonitis. And that is a big deal. Because Jaylen Brown is a top 4 player in E-League, a top 5 player in the league. And he is sitting on the sideline. So the Knicks have no excuses. The Celtics are shorthand. The game is at Madison Square Garden. The crowd is going to be electric. And the Knicks need to win. Not just for seeding. Not just for momentum. But for their own belief. Because right now, there is a crisis of confidence with this team. Tim Bontemps pointed out that the Knicks and Cavs are neck and neck for the 3rd and 4th seeds. And being the 4th seed means you do not have to play the Boston Celtics until the conference finals. That is a huge advantage. But it is also a dangerous game. Because if the Knicks lose tonight, do they try to maneuver themselves in the standings? Do they try to get that 4th seed and avoid Boston? That is a risky game no matter how you slice it. But here is what Perkins said that really stuck with me. He said the Knicks need to build continuity on defense. They need to have a feel-good moment. Because right now, nobody believes in them. The national media is picking Boston. The odds makers are picking Boston. The fans are nervous. And the players can feel that. Josh Hart said last week after a couple of losses that they need to win. That was against Memphis. And they did win. But beating the Grizzlies is not the same as beating the Celtics. Beating a shorthand Celtics team at home? That is a statement. That is a message. That is the kind of win that can change the entire trajectory of a season. Because playoffs are about confidence. They are about momentum. They are about believing that you belong on the biggest stage. And right now, the Knicks do not have that belief. They have talent. Jalen Brunson is a killer. Karl-Anthony Towns can score with anyone. OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges are elite defenders. Josh Hart is a winner. Mitchell Robinson is a beast on the glass. But talent without confidence is just a collection of names on a roster. The Knicks need to become a team. And that starts tonight. That starts with beating the Celtics. That starts with protecting home court. That starts with sending a message to the rest of the East that they are not afraid of Boston. Because here is the truth. The Celtics are not unbeatable. They are missing Jaylen Brown. They are missing Derek White, and Immanuel Quickley are questionable. Tatum is playing great, but he is also playing in the building where his career almost ended. The crowd is going to be in his head. The memories are going to be there. And if the Knicks can take advantage of that, if they can play with the desperation that Perkins is talking about, they can win this game. And if they win this game, they can win a playoff series against Boston. Because beating a team in the regular season, especially when they are shorthand, does not guarantee anything in the playoffs. But it does something more important. It plants a seed. It makes the Celtics wonder. It makes Tatum question himself. It makes the Knicks believe. In a 7-game series, belief is half the battle. So here is my question for you. Do the Knicks beat the Celtics tonight at Madison Square Garden? And if they do, does that change your opinion of them as a legitimate threat in the East? Drop your take in the comments. Do you agree with Kendrick Perkins that this is a must-win for New York? Or are the Celtics still the team to beat no matter what happens tonight? And if you want more honest breakdowns of what is really happening in the NBA playoffs, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.